Hey guys, what is going on? My name's Tyler McNabb, and this is my YFZ 450R. And you can probably tell by what is sitting in front of it, what we are doing today is we are doing wheels and tires on the old YFZ. So what we have here is I have a set of Gold Speed or GPS off-road, however you want to say it, beadlocks. And so these are 4-to-1 offset front beadlocks, 10-inch rims, as well as I believe it's 4-to-5 offset rear rims. They are also dual beadlock, and then that's just the other front rim. So I've got those, as well as a set of, these are just some used XC Masters that I had sitting up on the shelf for rears. I did not have a set of fronts, however, and I didn't want to go ahead and buy a brand new set quite yet. I'm going to wait till the winter to do that. So shout out to James Smith. He cut me a deal on these used fronts that he had laying around. So we got a set of used fronts as well. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be mounting these up on the beadlocks and slapping them on the YFZ. And so these aren't going to be the permanent tires on it. They're actually going to end up being the tires on the 400, because what we are doing is, the cool thing about these Gold Speed beadlocks is, like the hypers on the rear of the 400, they are dual patterns, so they are Yamaha and Honda. The front's hypers, however, are just Honda pattern. But what you can do is you can switch out the middle of them. I'll go ahead and show you that. I went ahead and bought some Yamaha wheel centers for the hypers, and so I have those for when I switch them over to the Yamaha. And the cool thing about these is the fronts of the Gold Speed are actually dual pattern as well. So they are Yamaha and Honda, both on the front and rear. So that's pretty cool. So I can switch them back and forth between these two. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the YFZ while we are leading up to the last round of Extreme, because these are my best tires right now. The fronts are still pretty good on these. And then, of course, I love my GB3, my Groundbuster 3s on the rear of the 400. They're pretty sweet. So I'm going to leave those on here for now. But then what's going to happen is, after the last race of the year for Extreme, I am going to swap the fronts over to Yamaha bolt pattern, so I can put those over here. And then I will just take those off, slap them on the YFZ, and then I'll swap these over to the 400. Because the last couple races of the year I'm going to do on the YFZ. So that's the plan. Yeah, I know I just rambled for a couple minutes about wheels and tires, but I think it's kind of cool. So one other thing we're going to end up doing today. So currently, the way that the rear end of the YFZ has gotten a little bit skinnier, you can probably see the front is a lot wider than the rear is. And the reason is, the person who had it before me, who I bought it from, they actually flipped the rear wheels around just to suck it in a little bit more, which is, it works. So it wasn't a big deal since it was just stock rims and tires. But can't really do that with the hypers, I guess. Well, actually you can't. Yeah, can't do that with the hypers or the Gold Speeds. So what we're going to do is, you can actually take the R hubs and see how they are offset quite a bit going outward. What you can do is, since the backside of these hubs are flat, you can press the studs out and put them in backwards. And so that's what we're going to try to do today, and it'll actually suck the rear wheels in enough so that way you don't have to go and get like an aftermarket axle, which is what I'll do in the long run. But for now, don't really have the money, you know, to drop $500-600 on an axle right now. So I want to do some other stuff before I do that. And this is just an easy way to get around that. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to mount up some wheels and tires, and we are going to get the rear axle all good to go. So I'm probably just going to time lapse quite a bit of this stuff today. You guys have seen me mount up wheels and tires before. Nothing too crazy about it. So yeah, we'll jump right into the time lapse and get these wheels and tires mounted up. Okay guys, well, I was able to get everything mounted up, got all the tires mounted up on the beadlocks, and then got them all mounted up on the quad as well. They're all holding air, at least for the most part. I haven't heard any leaks. I got them all filled and everything, so we are good there. But yeah, got them all mounted up. Also got the hubs flipped around on the rear, and actually, it's actually like really skinny. I went ahead and did a quick measurement, which was, I had to just kind of measure from point to point and then do some math, because it's hard to measure when you're by yourself. But and this thing is like 45 3/4 in the rear, so pretty skinny. It should probably honestly actually be just a tad wider than that. It should probably be closer to 46 or a little wider. And then the front end honestly didn't get much skinnier. It stayed right about the same, and I'm almost wondering if maybe these aren't 4-to-1 fronts. The guy told me they were, but honestly, when I look at them, if you look at the offset here, I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera. So there's that offset, and then the hyper offset is like really close. And so these 4-to-1 fronts, I'm almost thinking are closer to actual 4-to-1 fronts, whereas these, I don't know, maybe they are 4-to-1 fronts, but they're not quite that. Maybe they're actually like 3.5, 1.5 or something. So, oh well, it is what it is. These beadlocks aren't going to stay on here anyway. They're going to go on the 400, so towards the end of the year. So anyway, I honestly just wanted to get some good tires on this thing, because those stock tires have not been very fun riding. Well, they are kind of fun because they're super slick and they break loose super easy, but when you actually want traction, they do not give you traction. So hopefully these XC Masters will give me the traction that I need. Tomorrow I'm going to go over to a buddy's house real quick. He's got a tire groover, and I'm going to go ahead and groove these, just because they are kind of worn, and some grooving will definitely help out. Definitely wouldn't hurt. So I'm going to do that tomorrow, and then hopefully we will get a little bit of ride time in as well. But I'm going to go ahead, end the video off here. It's getting pretty late, and so yeah, hopefully I'm gonna get a little bit of riding in on this thing over the next couple weeks before the year comes to an end and we finish out the races. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of slowly upgrading the YFZ. We've done little bits here and there, and she's getting there, but we still got a long way to go before it's anything like the 400. So hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos. I appreciate you guys coming and watching. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.